Hello everyone, welcome back to Lucky15, and in this video I'll be giving you my Lucky15 predictions for today's horse race in action. Now to kick things off, we go to Epsom for the 210 with a horse called Capla Gilda, trained by Archie Watson. Holly Doyle was booked for the ride. Every time I look through racing results, these two are always having winners. Archie Watson is operating at a 30% strike rate at the moment. His horses are running really well. He does well at the moment as well with his young horses, and this horse has been one of his good horses. This horse, since joining his stable, has got form figures of 1-3-1, so it's a very consistent horse, and I think it's got a very good chance at Epsom today. It's around about 5-1 bookmakers at the moment, and I could definitely see this one adding another victory to its tally. So that's going to be the selection there. We then go to Ripon for the 335 with a horse here called Red Mist, 5-4 bookmakers at the moment, trained by Simon Crisford, whose stable are in good form. Sylvester de Souza is booked for the ride. Now this horse had quite a progressive campaign as a 2-year-old, but we haven't really seen it too much this season, but I believe that's duly to the ground. I think this horse definitely wants a lot of cut in the ground, or a lot softer anyway, and the goods are firm that we've been having in a lot of places throughout the year hasn't really done this horse too many favours. Now this horse, last time we saw it, finished third in a listed race in France. It's by Frankel, and in the field, even though it's only a 3-runner race, I thought at 5-4 there was a bit of value. I see in some places now it is odds on, but I have seen 5-4 with 1 or 2 bookmakers there, so that's going to be the selection there. We then go to the all-weather for a bit of evening racing in the 620 at Chelmsford. I like a horse here called Global Art, 11-2 bookmakers at the moment, trained by Ed Dunlop, and Gerard Mosse is booked for the ride. Now this horse does remain a maiden, but I thought it could have a chance tonight. It's been competing on the turf for a lot of its outings, but it did once run on the all-weather at Wolverhampton, where arguably that's its best piece of form. And this horse as well is by Dutch Art, whose protege I think run better on the all-weather than they do on the turf. So really, I thought Global Art with the blinkers could go quite well, and I wouldn't be surprised maybe in this race he could maybe settle down and get his first ever win. So that's going to be the selection there. We then end in the 650 at Chelmsford, I should say, with a horse that I've been looking for absolutely ages. It's called Lush Life. It's 9-4 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by Jamie Osborne, and Jamie Spencer is booked for the ride. Now this horse, like I said, I've been waiting to see for a long time. I did, as part of my uni course, I did a film with Jamie Osborne at his stables, and I asked Jamie Osborne about what horses should I look out for next year. So I filmed this in the winter last year, and he said Lush Life, he said, could be a really good horse for him coming up for next year. And I've always been looking for it. It's by Master Craftsman, but we haven't really seen it. I don't know if there's been any problems for it. Maybe the ground could have a factor. Master Craftsman normally want maybe a little bit of cut in the ground, but this horse won very impressively on its only ever run at Kempton. And Jamie Osborne's one of those stables that normally go through a lot of winners at a given time, but that does happen in racing, and then when he's not on fire, he's really not on fire. His stable haven't had a winner in the last couple of weeks, but earlier in the month they were going pretty well. They were operating at a 50% strike rate, so maybe Lush Life could maybe bounce back the stable form, but that probably wouldn't worry me too much. I think this horse could be a good horse. It's owned by Michael Buckley, who's very well known, maybe more on the jump side. He's got the likes of a few with Nicky Henderson, such as Brain Power is one of his horses. Also as well, he's got a couple of others with Nicky Henderson. Those colours are very familiar to me. But yeah, Lush Life has been well back this morning. I was on it at 10-3 last night, now 9-4 at the time of recording. So yeah, expecting a big run for this one. So that's going to be the selection in the 650 at Chelmsford. So they're the tips for today's horse racing action. If you haven't done so already, please give the link and subscribe below. Also as well, if you haven't done so already, you can check me out on Twitter at Lucky15. It's the place to go to follow me on social media, so go and check it out if you haven't done so already. So that's all I've got to say really. Please gamble responsibly. Hopefully we can have some winners today, and we'll be seeing you soon.